Hey guys, welcome back. Screen Reaper coming at you for another video for Raid Shadows. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves, and hopefully you had a great start to the week where you're on the world. Not a great start for me. Come down with food poisoning on Saturday. I'm still feeling quite rough as I'm going into today's video, so it's going to be a little bit rough for today. So please forgive me if I make any doo-doos or anything like that in today's video. I'm not 100%. I'm trying to hang in here just to try and give you guys some content, and also to kind of go over the weekend as well. I've kind of had an interesting weekend in live arena and stuff like that, and been playing around with some things on my account while I was in bed or on a toilet, depending on how you look at it as. So yeah, we're gonna go over the champion. You guys would have saw me pull him from a Prism Shard, and it was my only third ever legendary I pulled from Prism Shard. From it, and I've obviously pulled Vulkanos. Now I've been waiting on a level 3 and level 4 before I've covered him. I've covered him on the channel before, but I will come back with this now with relics and etc. And with the Queen event being open, being able to build them up a bit better with stronger gear and a stronger account like mine, it's been able to pay off, and I've been doing some interesting stuff. Now I will drop a live arena video tomorrow on my account where I've actually used him in live arena, and I can show you a couple of teasers of a couple of people who I was actually able to beat while I was sitting on the toilet, uh, suffering from food poisoning. So let me go ahead and show you these guys here. It was now beating top 100 in live arena is extremely difficult, especially for a account like mine, which is not a super high spender account. Obviously, you guys know I'm trying to keep underneath a um under £100 budget a month now, which is still quite big for most people, but for me it's quite small. Um, and obviously I got Vulkanos for free. I don't really spend any money on Prism Shards. I've only done it once, and I wouldn't do it again because it didn't work out very well for me at all. So you can see here we did get the Vulkanos. You can see here we're using Cardio and Duchess. Obviously I dropped a video the other day on Duchess, so go ahead to check that out. And obviously there's Marius builds on YouTube as well. Find all the builds down in the description as well. And as you can see here, we use another one versus Love back to back, beating him as well. And then I pulled off a couple of wins yesterday. My main problem is Polymorph. So let's showcase this beautiful build. Is now, I will be honest, this build is not crazy good. It's not like super stacked like I could on most of my builds, and you guys have seen quite a few of my builds. It's a very mediocre build for an endgame player, and it's still doing a trick. He is that strong, and I was wrong to doubt him in the arena. So we're in the arena right now. We're gonna have a little look. There's no point me really doing a damage test with him because it doesn't really showcase a lot, and I want to kind of do justice in today's video, and I will showcase the build as well. So I will be dropping another video on him probably later on in the week for like insane duo kind of thing that I've found like really solid duos. Keep an eye out on the channel for that as well, which I won't be really showing today. So this is what we're going to bring in. We've got a Duchess in bolster with triple reaction. We have a 4-piece pinpoint, sorry, 6-piece pinpoint on Commodus. I don't have a blessing on him yet. We are using the Vulkanus in the lead because he's going to bring me a defense in all battles by 33 and the speed aura in 19. Now I wanted Duchess in a second placement for her veils for damage reduction, and we have Carnage coming in on a 4-piece stone skin and B as well. Now, because we're using a full demon spawn team, we're going to unlock the full potential of his kit, and then we are going to be looking at the HE burns being irresistible, ignoring the stone skin, unkillable, ally protection, and block damage, and the shield as well. This counters a lot of the meta champions who is magic affinity, like Nice and Sigford, who have been causing me a hell of a time in the arena. Obviously, you still need to have the full faction unity to have that, so it's kind of one of them ones. He has an AoE on E1, which is fairly good. It puts out a fear with a and it can't be resisted if they're in a HE burn. And obviously his passive is absolutely detrimental as well. He has a block revive on all of the mechanics along it under the HE burn, and this will work for any of the demon spawn as well. We're obviously using 3 damage dealers, as well as commoners can be used as a crowd control as well as carnage as well. And I think that this is probably the strongest team. Most people use Helikath. I personally hate using Helikath in the arena. I don't really kind of like it, and I think Helikath's just prone to lockout and etc., which doesn't really fit in this meta when these champions do. Obviously, if you don't have them, then champions like Helikath, Candy, or Kaima could do the trick with the right builds as well for like lower level. And again, we'll talk about this. Now we're going to take on this team. We have people that we want to tap, people that put buffs out, right? That's what we want to do. We also want to avoid polymorph. I do run pinpoint. It's not enough, I'll be honest, and that is our weakness, is the polymorph blessing. If you get polymorph, especially Vulkanos, you pretty much lose if you're going up against like a really strong team. So we have a quite strong team here, and you can see here we're going to start off being polymorphed. Now my bombs is quite fast, so I could just flip forms with Commodus and play it like this and be done with it, and like so. You could do stuff like that, right, with Commodus. Commodus is super strong. We know how good Commodus is in the arena. Obviously I've got this on me now. So we also have 2 champions who do have a counter attack ability, which is pretty nice. I want him to kind of put up his block damage there, but kind of decided to kill him. So from the counter attack, that's how powerful this is, right? With the right champions. Now we have Sifi, we have Odin, we have Lazarius, and we have a Star Sage. Star Sage is running the polymorph. Star Sage is a big problem for Vulcanus. He is a counter to him because he will cleanse and just brick heals. Rishka really helps as well, especially if you're not doing the abilities. And also Star Stage could strip the all the debuffs off and stuff, and which is a bit frustrating as well. So you'll see here we'll get dominated pretty madly from this. Now we do have the A3 available, so we're going to try and take Odin first. We get the block revive straight away, which is pretty nice. Lazarus is going to come in and try to do some damage, so he's going to get a lockout on a couple of us. Now Vulcanus is strong affinity to a lot of these, which is also fantastic as well. You also see the block revive there. Now unfortunately I probably will lose just because I will get sleeped over and over and over again. But you can see like how strong this team is. With better builds or with better relics, I could definitely do some work. Now I'll talk about relics and some better option for relics once we look at the Vulcanus build, because I don't have the relic on him that I want right now, which I think will increase like his value and how good he is. But you can see here, just get dominated by these 2. Star Sage is a problem, which, you know, I'm not going to hide it from you guys. It is what it is. Obviously, something like this is just absolutely insane. We can take on a load of other champions, so we have to use some gems now. Armans can be a bit of a nuisance because of he'll strip the pinpoint, but we're going to give it a go, right? We have Arbiter, we have a Songwong. Songwong obviously extremely deadly with the A2. Really, really good champion. And you'll just see here we get a couple of counterattacks in. His damage will increase more and more and more as this will come through. We get some stuns coming in from Tormund. Carnage will go down as a bit of a glass cannon. But you can see that the burns are doing a trick here. So we'll get some Termita boost from the relic on Duchess. Again, I dropped a video on her the other day, so you guys can go check that out at your own will. There's a block revive from a counter attack from him, which would be nice. There's a counter attack there as well. There's a counter attack there as well. And honestly, if it wasn't for this song wrong right now, which is probably going to floor me, I would have had the whole team. And obviously there is ways I can make this better, which I will go into it in a video, which I can add into this. But today we're talking about Vulkanos and just showcasing Vulkanos in general. So a really solid team. Another way we could probably do this is actually, let's just try and swap out the Duchess. Let's just put Duchess in lead because Duchess will get the polymorph. And yeah, that could be another option for us as well, so we don't lose our pinpoint so fastly. We're gonna weak there. Now, if we get a strong hit, it would be much better. Oh, so we still get stripped there, which kind of sucks a little bit. Can we get something? Okay, there's block revive 1. Torment has provoked, so there's block revive 2. Then we'll go here. So you see there, Carnage proc the block revive on the Torment. But also we did have the locked active skill, but you would have seen, if you slow it down, you'll see the blocked active skill there as well. Okay, so then we have the next ones, which we'll be looking at. It'd be kind of interesting to attack her. I don't have her on my account, but she's Demon Spawn. I think she actually might be a really solid champion to run in strat, which once I get access to her, I might be able to run it. I'm going to attack something like this because this is a speed team. There's a lockout champion here, which can do some work for sure. But on his skill for Vulcanus, you can see that he will get cooldowns of some effect, if I'm not mistaken. So each time a hatred burn debuff is activated, has a 50% chance to decrease this skill by a cooldown by 1 turn, which is the one that you want to do because it's a block revive mechanic, which is super good. So it's also could be used against a lockout, and obviously you only need the 2 guardian factions, not the 3, which is pretty nice. Now Odin and Marius are stupidly good against most teams. You can see there, just Marius has absolutely pummeled me on this side. Unfortunately, Commodus is just gonna not get the kill because he dies. Okay, too strong, fair enough. Too strong on that side of stuff. Let's see what else we can kind of do here. Okay, we can take on, let's not take on that because we have a bolster set, so anything with Narcissus is a, you know what? No, let's try it. Let's try it because if we get the block revive off, then we can make this work. If we get the block revive off, we might get pummeled a little bit by the Narcissus. We have got triple reaction, so it depends. He's also got the bolster set as well. Okay, let's see what happens here. We are trying to showcase the mythicals as well, which is something that we want to look at. We're going to use this skill there. Looks like we got resisted on the strip there, which is a bit annoying. And then we'll try and do the block revive, I guess, because we do ignore all the abilities as well. It's a little bit of a RNG with the buffs. And you can see there, the hatred burns ticked procced. We're going to do this now on Narcissus, get the block revive. I'll be honest, we're just going to do the flip and we're going to do the bomb right now with this. Now, against Arbiter teams, I have a different style of play against it, which I'll share with you guys probably like later this week as well with the Vulcanus. But you can see that very strong team, works indeed. Then we have probably another one. We have a Vulcanus team set up here. A very team that we're running. It's a team that you seem to run a lot on the on defense, right? Like you don't see Lizard Man on defense so much now. It is a team to run for sure. So you'll see here, we'll get all this off. Gizmak will do his stuff. Is Narcissus gonna go? Okay, Narcissus pommels us because of the bolster set, right? So we'll go again. There goes one. He's gonna waste the revive. We're strong affinity to Gizmak, so he's going to get a couple of turns on us. Okay. Not great, not great. You can see what we can kind of trying to do here. The Gizmak was just a bit too strong for us, and the bolster set was not a good thing for sure. Okay, we have another Neist here, which is someone that I'm using this against a lot because I do like him against Neist. I like him against Sigford as well. Really strong counter to this. I think he's pretty OP. In all fairness, I think he is, like, with the right setup. I think he's very, very OP. All right, so we'll do the strip here. This is why I have Commodus in here to try and do the strip as much as possible, as well as like Carnage A1 and etc. as well, which is pretty useful. I'm gonna try and get rid of the Odin with that, which is nice. There's no burn, so we won't get any resistance. And then Nice is getting a little bit lucky there on our champion as well, on our Commodus. And then your CC if you just die there to the burn. Now, if we can land, I guess we're just gonna go like that. He's still gonna revive, I say, because you should be locked up, my friend. Okay, cool. Another Vulkanos team here. I really, really do like him. We have a Sigford. Now, Sigford is a interesting one. This is a +3. So I don't know if we've got the survivability to survive this without like using a UDK. We do have reaction, so we're just gonna have to test it. It hasn't got no increased attack. So we got some work to do. We get fully locked out by the Catrixia and Duchess. Obviously I could just flip like this. Now, if I had a blessing on Commodus, I'd probably run like a 4-piece pinpoint and then 4-piece stone skin. Because I don't have a blessing, that's why I don't actually run stone skin on him, which is just one of them ones like you either have it or you don't, right? So we'll see here. Now we've been a little bit unlucky, unfortunately, here, because this one doesn't ignore block damage. Don't think the passive places block damage on places a block damage debuff on enemies killed whilst under HP burn or block revive. Yeah, so we can't really do much there. So we're gonna flip him here, and he's gonna switch, which will just bring him his allies back. Oh, everyone's been blocked revive. Lovely. I didn't expect him to be blocked revive. I didn't see the block revive go off. And that's just perfect. There you are. Sigford, super empowered. Probably not the best of Sigford teams because there's no increased attack, but one of them ones for sure. Big spender. Big spender. 61 million player power. Probably not so strong as players. Then we have another Sigford, double Songwong, and we have a Arbiter. Obviously, I'm still learning with this comp as well. Like, I'm still learning a lot with this because I've only been using this for a few days. And that's been my main thing. Kind of hoping that we'll get the buffs off. So, accidentally just procced Sigford there. We do survive, which is pretty nice. We're going to do the turn meter there. Again, a little bit low health. I'm going to block revive him. I'm going to block revive him because it's super dangerous. And it's just the one Songwon, I believe, that's left to revive if we didn't kill there. Again, the great anti-speed team, right? Anti-speed, like if you're facing speed and you've got this guy, I don't know what you're doing if you don't use him. Not really interested in attacking the Torment, if I'm being honest. Commodus is kind of hard to counter because of how he works against that. You can use high resistance against like teams like this because there's no increased accuracy. We could do something maybe potentially against this because Marius puts up debuffs, etc. Let's try something like this. We have Breaker with defense down. Breaker, the defense down, super strong, and could one shot even through the reaction. In all fairness, so that's something to work on. I mean, you can take the one shot there, but the block revives happened. And now, because the block revives happened, it's game over, right? You do the strip there, you do the strip there, and then weak hit, strong hit. Cool. And you also have to think, like, I got 3 damage dealers in here. One's force, one's spirit, one's magic. Pretty nice for sure. Then we could try something like this. I think I beat him the other day using setup, but this will be a last fight. This will be a bit of RNG, like Odin and Marius is a bit RNG because of how strong they are with the two together. It's also worth noting Odin's just stripped off all my stone skin off 2 champions, so he's got a bit really lucky here. We could probably tag him again, but I'd have to pay 40 gems for one fight. It's like, anyway, let me show you the Vulkanos build. I think you guys can kind of get what we're doing. I'm looking for the Vulkanos level 3, which hasn't come up yet at the shop. Let me show you the Vulkanos build right now. I've done the showcase on him with the low level blessing, so you guys can say it can't really be OP. So these are stats we were looking at the moment. We've got 281 critical damage. We don't need accuracy because the HP burns are unresistible as long as you're teaming up with one person from the same faction. We have 248 speed, a bit on the slow side. I would like to see him like 275 minimum, but that is a work in progress with low level blessings. You've kind of got to work with what you've got. We've got 6,000 defense. Again, I would like to get it up once the level 6 blessing comes in. I think that goes to like 6,700 defense, if I'm not mistaken. I can check on what Marius gives. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But it would really help. So Marius would get an additional 6,000 defense, sorry. So he's already gonna bring in more defense than the Marius, which is super solid. He has quite low base speed as well, and then HP is reasonable. And then obviously we're looking for defense here with defense substat, critical damage with critical damage as well, defense ring with defense substat. I'm looking to try get a better banner before I rework that. Got 2 weeks, so wish we luck. Speed boots with speed ascension, critical rate, critical damage, defense with defense ascension, and then I will probably leave the defense ascension on this. Then we have the HP. We want defense substat there, and then we want defense ascension here and here as well. Now for the relic, right now I'm just using mythical Talus, which is really solid. I would recommend using the Wonder Submissive. I think I've only got one Wonder Submissive and I use it on Marius, and I use Marius more. So you can see here, like, I will one day, like, probably put a Wonder Submissive on him. That would be the ideal one to protect me more against, like, crowd control, like Star Sage, and help me more against Polymorph, which would be the main factor. I guess if you've got a spare one as well sitting around, then you could use the Clack Glaze as well, which would be super good. I think another relic will actually be really good, which I just pulled myself, would be the Gross. I can't pronounce it, but doing more damage next turn would be fantastic as well. I think they'd be like the most ideal blessings, relics for him for sure. Blessings, you're going to take incineration all day. Just bear in mind, if you got 6-star incineration blessing, you need to take Marius first, because Marius is going to counterattack you a lot, which you don't want to enfeeble on you. That will really screw your run up as well. Let's talk about masteries then. To be honest, I made a mistake on this side. I do need to reset this. So I did make a mistake. I think I was just doing the, if I'm being honest, I was doing the missions, you know, the advanced quests. So I was just taking accuracy down on this side. This should need to be changed. So I'm going to stick in with this side of this, which is something we're going to do now. So we'll look into this. We should be coming in with the defense side. So yeah, you can keep the accuracy for the true fear. I'm not really, sorry, for the fear. I'm not really bothered about the fear, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to come in with the retribution, and then we're gonna come in for the damage. So we ignore shields. I'm a big fan of shield breaker, you guys know that. But we're gonna do that for more damage. Then we're gonna come in for will our speed because we're quite slow and I want more speed on our build. So the more people, the more speed we get. And then we want ruthless ambush as well. Now we're going to take cycle of violence, and I'm going to take Optimus because we are using stuns with him, or we're using fear with him, or whatever that we need. So I feel that this is a really one because we do take armads with him potentially. I will try him out as well, like throughout the week with like one demon spawn in the live arena as well. So maybe I can catch a couple of people out with that. Then we're gonna take Kill Stake here, and then we're gonna take Hammer Smasher. Hammer Smasher is a must because we're not using Savage build, so we really want that. I'm actually gonna take Deterrence here because this will give me a 20% chance to counter attack when I'm being feared or stunned, etc. So I'm actually going to take that instead of Mythic. I think it depends on what you guys kind of do. This will help do more damage on E1, but just having a higher chance to counter attack could be a interesting one. It would be worth because he does counter attack somewhere in his kit, somewhere. So yeah, that is about it. Anyway, I'm still learning a lot about Vulkanos myself. There is still a lot of stats to gain from him from the Ascension, and I guess I'll work out over the next week or so. And that's it. I will drop another video tomorrow for him in Live Arena. And yeah, am I enjoying Vulkanos? Yeah. Was I wrong about him? Yes, he is definitely insane, and I'm looking forward to using him more in Live Arena. Brought my Duchess back from the dead as well, which is amazing because I'd put a lot of investment into her as well. As usual, guys, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.